Hey everybody, Craig Lightheads here. In this video, I want to talk to you about my beloved Buckeye Tavern burning down this week. Um, for those of you that are new or just don't know my story exactly, this week my restaurant that I built spent uh, 10 years of my life went up in flames this week. Um, Although I sold the restaurant in 2008, Um, this was my labor of love. And I want to do this video because I really want to thank all the love and outpouring on my Facebook page, on my cell phone, people calling me and reminiscing about stories and um, all the things that they have to remember about the Buckeye Tavern. Um, I spent 23 years of my life building this business. I sold it in 2008 with much regret and sad heart, but I needed to do it for myself, my family, um, my personal health, many, many reasons that went into me selling it. But it was my love, it was my life. But as tragic as it is, and as crappy as a week that this has been for me, along with the Buckeye burning down, I quit my job, and to make it worse, BB King died today. This has just been an emotional week for me, and I see my beloved Buckeye burnt down. But anyway, let's focus in on what it was and what it is, and I want to thank the litany of people that are responsible for transforming this building into what it is. First person I want to thank is George Galante. George is a spitting image of Jerry Garcia from the Grateful Dead. First time I walked in that door um, and saw the stone walls, I grew up in the Midwest. I'd never seen stone walls like that before. I've never seen a building built in the 1700s. It was built in 1735, 6 years before George Washington was born. It was a unique building. I've never seen anything like it. And I fell in love with it when I was 27 years old, full of piss and vinegar. And had the chance to buy it, moved from Toledo out to Allentown, and George had just gotten over a second heart attack, and he had to sell the business for health reasons. I don't think he would have any other reason, but he had to. And I was so excited about the possibility of turning this into what it ended up being when I was 27. A lot of times online, I talk about vision and where you need to have your vision and your passion and where you want to go. And if you look at my YouTube channel, you see those videos, a lot of things like that. But this Buckeye Tavern was my vision of what I wanted it to have. And I want to thank George Galani for keeping this building from getting destroyed back in 1987 and reviving it and putting the Buckeye Burger on the menu and a product I was very successful with for 25 years. It was his invention. And George is the kingpin of the Buckeye Tavern as far as I'm concerned. I just took his vision and made it my own and took it on. The next person I want to thank is Paul Hiltz from Hiltz Design. Google it, Hiltz Design. Paul Hiltz is one of the old school craftsmen that this building needed. And we always kept saying we're going to do a restoration, not a renovation. And Paul knew what to do. Our first project together was building the bar that you're seeing here on this on the website here. That's I'm flashing. We built that bar together. Closed on a Thursday night and reopened on a Monday, and we're ready to go and rejuvenated the restaurant. And we had a vision for going upstairs and building it out. The next person that I need to thank is a gentleman that's no longer with us, is John Staudenauer. Um, John died in the middle of uh, the planning stage of moving the restaurant to this um, point. He was very instrumental to me personally. Um, he gave me many, many late hour nights advice on what he thought uh, I should do and the best way to handle it. And just those conversations that I had alone with him in the building late at night that I don't anybody watching this video knows nothing about, and how instrumental he was in shaping my mindset and getting my mindset ready to um, build this building. And he died way too soon, um, at a very bad point in my life. Timing couldn't have been worse for him to die, um, because we were set to do really great things together. And his son Chris is still a good friend of mine, and what John passed on to Chris, and I'll always always have much love for. I want to thank my brother Neil, Dave Schultz, George Morstadt, Joe Kramer, Glenn Rodnauer, Chino, Penguino, and a lot of other people. If I'm forgetting you, I feel like I'm on stage at the Oscars right now, but if I'm forgetting you, um, you all know who was instrumental. One of the great stories I always have about chipping the stone on the outside of the building, we had rented a big air compressor. Dave Schultz worked for a company that he could get the air compressor down. And we started on a Friday night, and we chipped most of the stone all the way off, the stucco off the building in a weekend. And people would stop by after work or for an hour and have a couple beers and work for an hour jackhammering the mortar out of the stone. Um, there's so many people I can't even begin to thank for Dean David. I don't want to forget Dean David and how instrumental he was in bringing the electric in there and renewing the electricity in the whole building. When it first burned up, I was so confident that it was not an electrical fire because every wire in that building we changed. And I was pretty confident it didn't start in the kitchen because we built top of the line Ansel system. Um, the only way it could burn down is the way it did burn down in my mind. But um, I have a scrapbook. Paul Hiltz and I were talking today, and I have a scrapbook that I went through, and I don't have them all digitized. They were all pictures taken way before the internet and Facebook and everything else. And I'm building a new website, and I'm going to be putting the construction of that building just so people can have the memories that we have. I hope that Terry can rebuild it. Um, when I sold the restaurant, I really wasn't selling it to Terry Bender. I was selling it to Carl Bolera, but Terry ended up with it. Not what I was thinking, but that's what happened. Um, there is a GoFundMe account for Terry and his wife Hope, and I encourage everybody to go to that site. And if you've got an extra $5, throw it on the GoFundMe account. Um, Having a fire like this is devastating for anybody, particularly a business that's so instrumental for Lorna County Township. But anyway, I've got a lot of videos going to be coming about the subject, um, but the main purpose of this video is to just tell everybody how appreciative I am of your love and your support and your memories and reminding me of things I even forgot about the Buckeye and how many people met and got married and how many birthday parties and anniversary parties and retirement parties and graduation parties. I've been contacted in Facebook from people all over the world about how sad they are that the Buckeye burned. And it's been gratifying. And I also want to thank my buddy Seamus. Marky for putting putting us into some really cool lighting, because at the time nothing like that was going on. And Seamus at Pacific Lighting Systems, Google them, really made things happen for me in the lighting department. But everybody that's ever worked for me, you know who you are. I love every one of you, and proud to have worked with every single one of you. I'm proud that we made the Buckeye what we made it, and um, I'm hoping that Terry can rebuild. I haven't spoken with him yet, but definitely the historical significance of a building built in 1735 in a township. I hope, I know they're going to bust his balls about code, because they will, but I hope that the township takes into consideration just the magnitude of what has been lost here. And hopefully something can come back in there and be a positive force and influence for the community. So, guys, this video's been a little bit long. I apologize, but I had a lot of people to thank, and uh, God bless everybody, and peace be with you. And if we're not friends on Facebook, hook me up. And if you want to hear more about my story, I'd be happy to talk to you about it. But with that, guys, God bless, and we'll talk to you in the next video. Have a great night.